Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Six Memevitational Day 2. This is semi-finals and grand finals day before leading straight on into the Ubisoft Year 6 reveal. My name's Dino. Grace is doing something else right now, so she'll join us when she pleases. She's just taking her own time.
Rude. No, I was just communicating something. Thank you very much, Dino.
Yeah, of course. But so today, obviously being semi-finals day, we had all our group stage games yesterday. Let's see actually how those group stages played out and sort of what the standings are. So I think if we go to the first graphic now with sort of Group A, EU, but not really. I mean, just look at those standings, Chris.
Look at them. Yeah, I think this is where a lot of the sweat was coming out. I think Dukes of Hereford, Dick's Disciples, winning nothing throughout this weekend, which is very disappointing, to be honest. I know I shouldn't be. Maybe that's harsh, but I think out of these two teams, I was expecting a lot from them, and they just didn't deliver. And that's a little bit upsetting for me.
People were expecting a bit more from the Dukes of Hereford, but I guess maybe Dick's Disciples just need a little bit more foreplay before they were ready to go for it. But if we take a look at the teams that actually did well, Pasha No Biceps and the EU Sad Little Man, they've been able to qualify through to the semi-finals today. I think Pasha No Biceps is going to be on our stream, and they went 3-1.
Yeah, and that's been quite a funny one as well, because they did some significant work like yesterday. Yeah, I think it was like 4 times that they killed the hostage. So well done, guys. Well done.
In one game, it was 4 times in one game. Not like they lost that map and then went on to win the whole game. And yeah, I think we're actually going to have a quick little look at the Biceps roster, which I think we should probably rename to Pasha No Hostage. And yeah, Andreezy, Pasha, Faster, Aldi, and Always. Hashtag Noodle Arms.
Yeah, 100%. I think we saw some really nice plays coming through from Pasha and Always as well with the shotguns yesterday. I think it was Yacht. We got to see that happen, and very, very funny. I think actually, to be fair, you know how yesterday I was kind of moaning a bit that we never really got to see a Nomad knife fight?
Yeah.
Pasha No Biceps actually got a knife fight yesterday on the main stream. And
they did.
Yeah, I'm slightly sulking about that. I wanted that. So maybe we'll see that again today, to be honest. Maybe we'll see that this morning.
I mean, the EU Not Really group definitely memed a lot harder than the other group. I will give them that. There was
100%.
a lot more memes going on. But, I mean, these guys, it's the semi-finals. Of course, they got the pride on the line. They want to win. But who are they going to go up against? Let's take a look at the other group being Too Much Clout.
Yes, indeed. Too Much Clout. The B group from yesterday. I think a majority of you would remember that was on our stream here, stream 2. So we had Princess and Her Ponies, Pirates Aces, Ace of Pirate, Sorry Squad, Lycan These Nuts, and FoxA's Naughty List.
Yeah, Lycan These Nuts, definitely. They started off pretty poorly. I think they lost their first game 2-0, and then they sort of came through after that and just curb stomped everyone. Watching their game against the Canadians, Sorry Squad over on the main stream was very fun. And FoxA's Naughty List, the only team to go entirely undefeated. When we saw them, Shork was a little bit quiet. No, not Shork, Spoit was a little bit quiet. He didn't go insane. And then as soon as he got off our stream, he was dropping like 17 kills in like 8-9 rounds. So he definitely turned it up, and I'm expecting to see the same today. But Shork, I mentioned him because he's actually not awake right now, and there's going to be a sub in for Shork. We're going to have, if I check correctly, Eclipse from Dark Zero in place of Shork, which is just making this already stacked roster even more lethal.
Even more lethal indeed. But, one thing to point out here is that Autumn May was actually playing another tournament last night. So I'm not sure if she's actually managed to sleep in between these tournaments. But I know I barely slept between those tournaments. So, and again, she's the one that has to kind of focus on the game and get her game head on. So hats off to Autumn May if she's able to absolutely pop off again like she did yesterday, to be fair. Some really nice work coming through from Autumn May. So yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to play, how things are going to go, how the energy is going to be. It's interesting. I know obviously everyone's in different time zones right now, which again is a funny thing about it obviously being an online event. So I'm curious to see if that's going to affect people's gameplay, but at the end of the day, it's all a bit of fun. It's all for charity. And it's all for something to do in this lovely February weekend. So,
yeah. Well, let's take a quick little look at our map picks. And, speaking of energy, Lonnie Lightning, the man himself, the energy that he brings is always something to marvel at. But he's been awake. He's not slept since yesterday's games. He's just had coffee and Red Bull to keep him going. So it's going to be interesting to see how they fare. The first map pick is going to be Hostage on Bank from Pasha No Biceps, and then the second is Canal from FoxA's Naughty List. And then, of course, we're going to bomb on Stadium for the final game, should we get there. Now, obviously, Pasha No Hostage. How do we see this first game going down?
I mean, if they can keep the hostage alive for long enough, that will surely be a benefit to them. But no, I reckon, Bank, I reckon this is a nice map for them to deal with. I think, I realistically think FoxA's Naughty List will have a better time on Canal. Because I feel Pasha No Biceps, they're going to do a little bit better on Bank. Just an inkling. I have nothing to prove that point or back up that point. It's just an inkling.
Well, we'll not be waiting too long to find that out, as I think we should be getting on into the game pretty quickly. But I just, hopped on Twitter and I saw a tweet from Autumn May saying the Russians are speaking Scav in the lobby, and then Lonnie told them the only good things to come out of Russia were Tarkov, AKs, and maybe a car. That is fighting words if I've ever seen it.
That is fighting words. Them's fighting words them's are.
We get it, you're from Shropshire. It's fine. It's fine. You're from Shropshire. You don't need to say it every single stream, Grace.
Them's fighting words them's are, do you know? No, I reckon that's quite funny. We want to see the shit talk. We want to see the beef in chat. I was so here for it yesterday. And again, I think yesterday I think Group A definitely had a lot more fun with it than Group B. I think Group B probably still had fun, but they were taking it a little bit more seriously. Playing it kind of like, that kind of, we're trying to win a ranked game kind of situation.
NA's track record at international events is pretty shocking, so they got to try and win anything that they can. And if winning the Invitational is sort of what it's come down to, then that's what it's come down to. And these guys, well, they're definitely going to need to step up and see if they can come through on that.
Oh, geez, Scoob.
Oh, geez.
Scoob. No, I agree. I think America would like to win something for once, and if it happens to be the Invitational, then fair enough. At the same time, whoever goes through and wins this matchup we're about to see is actually going through to the final, which I believe is between Sad Little Man and
Liken These Nuts. The winner of that game will go through to that will be played on the main stream at 3:30 CET, so that's 2:30 GMT, plus or minus whatever that is to your time zone, and that will end right before the Ubisoft Year 6 reveal, Year 6 sort of panel, and the Year 6 Season 1 panel. We've already had a teaser trailer for Flores, which looks pretty exciting. So hopefully it's going to be a good day for some Siege. There's already been some spicy fighting words coming out of Mello already. So
100 words. I do feel like that's something I'm very much looking forward to today. I mean, again, it's nice to see it obviously live at Invitational, but getting it at the Invitational instead, in a way, is still going to be kind of cool. It's still keeping that community weekend flowing. And like that's the flow of the community weekend.
This
is the Siege community in a.
Grace, I got a question for you.
In hand.
I hate this joke, but you doing the hand has reminded me of this joke, so I feel that... Okay, what do you call one of these?
A goblet.
No. Oh, let me keep it on cam. In one of these, it's a dead one of these.
Goblet. Oh.
Yeah.
I was just gunning for the goblet more than anything. I just want a goblet at this point, I think. That's my main issue. If you get a goblet, fill it with Red Bull.
Game of Thrones Cersei gifts you have sent me. You will send me just some random shit at 3 in the morning.
I can find with a goblet.
Just some random shit at 3 in the morning, no context, and you'll just have Cersei goblet smile point, and I'm like, what?
Goblet. A maximum goblet. That's all I can think of at all times. Is I just want that maximum goblet vibe, and sometimes in life, a girl needs a goblet, and I think that's important. And I think more people should fund themselves to have goblets at all times.
We need to get the social media team on sort of photoshopping your face over Cersei's for the goblet, just so that you can then spam that at me instead.
I mean, challenge accepted. I can definitely spam you with that. Should it be created, for sure. I don't know. It's always a funny moment and a funny thing. But I do believe, ladies and gentlemen, we are going into the matchup right now. So that's Pasha No Biceps versus FoxA's Naughty List. So getting straight into these bans, Dino.
Yeah, should be. I mean, it's always interesting to see how the bans are on our stream. They were very sort of serious, very sensible. Lots of Thatcher bans. Sort of, if a team was bringing out Blackbeard, they'd generally tend to ban out Blackbeard quite soon afterwards. So maybe we'll see something similar. Maybe we'll spice things up. Yeah, well, we're going to start off with an Ash ban. I don't know if that's targeted at someone in particular, but I'll have to wait and see.
And it's always nice to see the little cheeky Ash ban come through. Kind of almost hindering some of these players who are known to be very, very sweaty Ash mains. But let's have a look at this ping. I do respect the fact that, again, it is an international game, and these two teams are on absolute opposite sides of the world right now. So I respect their willingness to play this through to the end. There's a Twitch ban coming out as well. I think we're just going to see a lot of target bans come through.
Just see always type in Russian in the chat, and someone, I think it was Eclipse, just goes, "Yeah, me too." I think these are targeted spoit bans at this point. Twitch and Ella, he was running them so much over on the, I think it was the game against Sorry Squad and potentially even liking these nuts, and now just banned. He's not allowed to run they shit, as the kids do say.
Run it back. Yeah, I love these target bans coming through. I really wish I could read Russian so I could know what they're saying in chat. I'm sure I'll probably find out later, but I hope it's something spicy.
Are you seriously going to watch the VOD backs just so you can sort of Google Translate?
Honestly, I am that kind of person.
Oh, man. That is, as they call some shit. But actually, the pings aren't too crazy.
No, they're doable. They're stable to a point. They're not going over 200 just yet, so... I
mean, in most competitive rule sets, it's up to 150 ping is fine. Sort of, if you're in the same region but you're having internet problems, as long as you can stay stable under 150. So I guess, this is kind of balanced. Obviously, Spoit was getting like 20 kills on 115 ping yesterday, so with him being on low ping, I don't know if that's going to help him or hurt him at this point.
Yeah, 100%. There we are, our beautiful hostage for this evening. This evening, it's midday. I mean, it depends where you are in the world right now, but I'm going to go with evening. I like to live dangerously.
In your spirit, you're in Australia.
In my spirit, I'm in Australia. I don't know about that. I have a little secret fear of Australia, if I'm honest.
You sort of suggest too much, have you?
No. Australians are really friendly and nice. It's the spiders. It's the whole spider, weird animal, poisonous, dying shark, eat me situation that I'm not too fond of with Australia. It just feels like a country with a lot of weird wildlife that wants to kill me at all times. So,
I mean, there's lots of weird wildlife in the UK. You've been to Birmingham.
No, don't say that. Des will have you.
You've met Brummies, like.
No, I just think, Australia's full of some weird, like, creatures, to be honest. Like, yeah. The whole opening the toilet lid and finding a giant spider, like, no, not about that life. Not about that life at all.
The confidence on Spoit. Like, the round had barely even started and he was already going, oh yeah, I'm going to pistol spawn peek someone. Someone's going to repel them lobby windows and I'm going to one-tap them with the pistol.
I respect it. I'm here for it at all times. No one's really getting a kill just yet. I thought this would be a lot sweatier than it's being. I think people being a little bit patient with it. I want to see them go for it. An all-out good old-fashioned gunfight coming through, but perhaps not just yet.
I mean, looking at the sort of rewatching the game, when Des and Fresh actually gave some analysis and weren't just shit-talking, they did make a good point saying that Spoit, yeah, he's leading the team and he can get these kills, but he's quite often finds himself in these situations where he's 1v3 and he'll get one, or maybe sometimes even two, but then he'll die and sometimes put his team at a disadvantage. So to see him back off a little bit now, still playing kind of aggressive, but not over involved as he immediately swings on the stairs, wins the gunfight, doesn't take a single point of damage, but yeah. Just ignore whatever I say, Spoit. Take your fights. Win your ones. Slay.
Yeah, I do like how everyone's slowly starting to make their way into this execution now again. Ooh, that was kind of nice. Aldi taking the head off of Lonnie.
Spoit gets his second in the round. There's actually only 45 seconds left. There's not a lot of time for these Russians to go and kill the hostage, actually. They need to speed things up if they want it to happen. Pasha has been able to get one, but Spoit has been able to retake the hatch up above, coming down these main stairs. Shots going through the bars, a lot of whiffs coming through from Pasha, but Spoit able to make it happen, as it's now man count in favor of the defenders. A well-placed strategic claymore coming through from Aldi. The suppress is not going to help him there, as now Andreezy is left in the 1 versus 3 with 15 to go.
Yeah, 15 to go. Spoit on 4 kills for this round already. Can he get the ace? That's what I want to know.
Highly unlikely, as Royal Penguin just lying in the door. I love watching Royal Penguin, because whenever he gets the final kill, he literally just starts doing 360s on the spot. Like, there we go.
I respect it. But no, it's. I think Spoit's definitely woken up and had his Red Bull this morning. Do you know?
Oh, what was that? A mention of one of our sponsors for the weekend. Wow, Red Bull.
Yes, big ups to Red Bull for sponsoring this weekend, giving us all the caffeine supply that is very much needed.
I mean, yeah, shout out to Red Bull for these nice mini fridges, and you know,
vitalizes body and mind, Dino.
I think I need to give myself a little bit of a boost.
Yeah? Cracking open a cold one.
Cracking open a cold one with the boys.
Think I'll join you with that one.
You are now an honorary member of the boys.
Da boys.
Da boys.
Da boys. Lads on tour. Speaking of lads on tour, hostage not really going anywhere, but he's been down. So
are they going to revive the hostage, or are they just trying to throw this map as much as possible?
I think they're doing what's known as CIA torture routines.
Oh my god.
Which is when you shoot someone in the ankle and you teabag them for about 30 to 20 seconds.
Highly effective, proven by the CIA.
The CIA just stood over people to teabagging them.
So what actually happens is the hostage then has a less HP, so it only takes 1 shot or 2 shots from the attackers to kill the hostage. So maybe they're trying to use their opponent's strategies against them as well, for those astute of you to have noticed that we're playing the same site twice despite the defenders winning, that's because there's a 1-round side swap. Going back to the good old days. Remember when that was in comp?
The good old days. I mean, one thing, so it would help if I actually sat by my mic still. One thing that I find really, really quite nice is how quickly FoxA's Naughty List is kind of quickly snuffling towards those hatches. A lot speedier than Pasha No Biceps were, so...
When you say snuffling, all I can think of is like a Truffles pig.
Yes! That's exactly what I mean!
Oh, okay.
Everyone's a Truffles pig! Snuffle. Yes, I'm glad you understand my brain more.
You're definitely from Shropshire. That's just...
A Truffles pig. I want a little pig now. Yeah, making their way slowly, slowly but surely towards a hostage. I am curious to see if that strat of kind of doing a lot of damage for hostage is gonna aid Pasha No Biceps in any way. Again, perhaps they just want to be not the only team that's done a significant amount of damage to hostages this weekend. So perhaps this is more a bit of saving face as well.
Andreezy with one goes for the swing, but Spoit's going to get his second in the round as he's just walking down those main stairs as Jackal. This is actually a really difficult site to attack. I think the other sites for hostage on Bank are a little bit easier, but with this basement and actually, you know, deep inside a vault, there are no walls to breach. You have to go through these single doorways to try and get to the hostage, and it makes things really difficult. But Spoit, like, everyone goes on about joystick just walking at you and shooting you and you die. Spoit is the same kind of level, I feel.
Like the Terminator.
Yeah. The Swedish Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is Swedish, right?
Swedish?
I think Spoit's Swedish.
I thought... Maybe... I don't know, actually. Ooh. I thought he was... Ooh!
That's 8 kills in 2 rounds of Spoit, and before Eclipse just comes in and ruins the second ace as well. Like, just let the man ace once.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely wants it. He's hungry for it. I feel like it's a coming, but it's not quite yet. Yeah, people keep snuffling that up. As I say, I keep seeing snuffling at this point. It's never ending. But
yeah, thank you, Stella. So we can actually see the chat. The delay is maybe about 15 seconds. So if you want to interact with us, just say something in chat and I'll do my best to try and read it out. So Stella_FPS, confirming that Spoit is indeed Swedish.
I mean, it's that awkward thing, isn't it, with Scandinavians where you don't want to get the country wrong.
Yes. Yes, it is a dangerous.
I suppose it's like calling a Welsh person English. That's how you get a Jimmy's a rustling.
Attackers need to find the hostage's location.
I personally try to not associate with the Welsh as much as possible.
That is not true, and you know it.
Look, I put it with your man just because.
Fair to God. Kind of a...
Oh, so apparently Spoit's ethnicity is Thai, but his nationality is Swedish. I never knew that.
It's like Thai Swedish.
Yeah. So I guess he's been born and raised in Sweden, but his parents are Thai. His parents are Thai? I guess. Would be my best assumption of the situation.
That's pretty nice. You get the best of both worlds, really, there. Especially in terms of, like, food.
Okay. Your favourite two food cultures are Swedish and Thai.
No, I was thinking that you got like really nice Thai food, and you got like Swedish meatballs and stuff like that.
50% Thai, 50% Swedish.
A Thai meatball.
A Thai meatball.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, okay, I know it's not real Swedish food, but like IKEA slaps. IKEA food slaps. It goes so hard. It goes unnecessarily hard. In my opinion.
It's almost like going to Wagamama and being like, I love Japanese food, and it's like, it's not quite the same, but you get what you're given, to be honest. Seeing some C4s kind of miss a little bit then. I think Spoit was trying to go for a cheeky C4 kill somewhere, but I didn't actually see where that was, and he obviously didn't really land on anyone, so I'm not sure what happened there, to be honest, you know.
Yeah, I was reading chat, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh, there we are. It was in stock trading.
Right. Yeah. Currently 2-0 for FoxA's naughty list because Spoit just kills people. But with the hostage now moving into tellers, this is actually one of the bomb site rooms, so maybe Pasha No Hostage can get some kind of setup going on. They have got that top floor control, but I don't think they know it just yet. So they start getting some vertical angles, opening up some line of sight. So Pasha's going to get the first kill of the round onto Autumn May. It's the cap can down, but they've still got traps in traps to deal with and the Melusi charges. Aldi's going to get one. Lonnie then trades out Aldi, so it's still 4 versus 3.
Ooh, but Pasha's going to shut down Eclipse with a cheeky second kill for this round. Spoit working his way up to the hostage, trying to keep it away from the attackers as quick as possible.
I really like Zero. He's not gotten as much competitive play as I thought he would have. I think he's allowed in comp at the moment, but always is going to go down as Andreezy is actually going to shut down Spoit, handing him his first death of the day. And that's Lonnie, Dark Zero. The man running off no sleep and only passion in the 1 versus 4. He still has the advantage that the Russians kind of want to kill the hostage, and he does get the down onto faster, but with the Pro League HUD, he doesn't know it as there's no points available for him. He still needs to try and fight out these remaining players, but it's not going to happen as Pasha takes the throw angle, shoots him in the feet, and that is going to be the Russians getting their first round on the board.
Yes, indeed. Indeed, Areno. I agree.
Des is in the chat. Hello, Des.
Hello, Stinky Des.
Stinky.
Hello, Stinky Des.
Bitch is being real uncouth at this time. Holy.
I'm being uncouth. Des is the one flaunting around in fishnets like a hussy. Like a hussy. It's Sunday and all.
It's the Lord's Day. Why?
It's the Lord's Day and he's flaunting his legs around in fishnets.
You can't show your ankles on the Lord's Day. Jeez. Yes, Shawk, for whatever reason, is fast asleep. So, they decided to downgrade a little bit and get, that Pro League player, one of the best in NA at the moment, in Eclipse. And, yeah. So that's just adding more firepower to FoxA's no-no list, as they've been so renamed due to the character limit for teams.
Yeah, true. But, I think Spoit's doing a majority of the work still. I mean, we're only on the 4th round, but yeah, Spoit on 8 kills already, and
Spoit gets a 4K, they win the round. Spoit doesn't get a 4K, they lose the round.
Yeah. And I think again, it's probably this energy now around them that because they've denied Spoit of that ace every single time, it's like the world is trying to get revenge at them.
Hostage location unknown. Attackers are green for retrieval.
Can Lycan D's nuts be renamed to Lycan Des nuts? I'm sorry, Cheesecake. I don't. I kind of like that, but I don't think. I don't think Des would have let that one happen. Plus, we've already got all the wonderful graphics and team art done for him. So.
I love the team art, honestly. Yeah. I cannot get over how good the team art is. I absolutely adore it. And I think, again, I said this yesterday, but the creative team, absolute big ups.
Absolutely. I have to admit, one thing we haven't really spoken about, and I don't think I've seen anyone speaking about it, was we've got the all the recruits during the player cards, the team rosters. They're doing JoJo poses. Or JoJo-esque poses, which I think is great. Although I don't watch JoJo, but I still think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I really love that. I don't know, it just automatically makes things 50 times funnier.
Yeah.
Reminds me of old school kind of Power Rangers. Very, very over the top posing. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Not seeing too much old school Power Rangers, being a young blood myself. that was far more cringe than it needed to be, I will admit.
Yeah. Speaking of blood, and no blood spilled just yet. Half the round gone. They are making their approach slowly but surely to get the hostage. And arms move faster with a C4 onto Royal Penguin. You hate to see it.
You really do. You really do, but Andreezy just looking the wrong way. Autumn May getting the freest kill of her day. Not even going to start typing anything in chat after that one, even though it was the perfect opportunity. It's now they're getting caught up inside of the server room. The ace charges are opening up the wall a little bit. As now, with less than a minute to go, they need to start trying to get something going on.
Getting it going on as well. Yep, there we go. Spoit's taking down yet another player of Pasha No Biceps, Aldi falling very, very sharply to him.
now these Russians are just setting up, holding down their positions, and Spoit somehow managing to win that fight. Is going to be always to get the frag onto Lonnie's right afterwards, though, and he is actually going to down the Swede Ty himself, as now it's just Eclipse left in a 1 versus 2. He gets it down onto Pasha, the swing comes through from Always, and they are able to keep the hostage alive this time around.
How? Genuinely, how? I thought that was all over then. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. It's going all right so far for these teams. It's going all right.
Yeah.
2-2, even Stevens. Spoit again doing majority of the work here, though.
But it is. Spoit gets a 4K, they win the round. Spoit gets anything less than a 4K, and then they haven't won. They haven't won. You know?
Yeah, defo. I think, again, one thing to consider is also the time zone differences here.
Yes.
It's insane. Like, it's literally so early in America right now. Hang on, what's 5 take away 12?
7.
7. Like, at minimum, it's 7 a.m. And that's only if you're on the Never Eat Shredded Wheat East Coast. Shut the fuck up.
Does it really just have to go Never Eat Shredded Wheat? Oh, my days.
Trying to work out, yeah, that's how you work out the compass in my head, okay? Like, never eat shredded wheat. Never eat shredded wheat. Which helps you work out what time it is. For the... Pretend you're staring at a map of America and go, never eat shredded wheat, and it helps you work out the east or west coast very easily. But yeah, if it's west coast, it's like 4 a.m., I think.
Yeah.
I think 4 o'clock in the morning, I think, in LA, maybe?
Yeah, it's like 8 hours behind on the East Coast compared to the UK. So yeah, it's like 25 past 12 over here. So that would be 4 in the morning, 25 past 4 in the morning if you're LA side of things, which is the passion, as the UK scene would describe it. The passion,
Yeah, it
the
is.
ranky stacks.
The passion stacks in the AM. Wake up, get the Red Bull, get the Weetabix in. Jobs are good. Respect that kind of passion in the UK. We really do.
Red Bull and Weetabix, that is a weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
I just had I remember yesterday you saying about pouring Red Bull on Weetabix, and I just that's still doing something for me, and I don't know why. Like, it's just making me it makes my face hurt, like my cheeks just start clenching up, and I'm like, I mean, if the Weetabix become nicely moist, it's probably a lot easier. It's when the Weetabix still has a bit of crispy crunchy to it. That's when it's not very nice.
What?
The crispy crunchy, you know, the Weetabix hasn't become moist enough.
What? No, a little bit is that balance. Weetabix are like the most awkward cereal to have because to me there's that balance where you don't want it to be like bone dry and hard, but then you don't want it to be just this soggy wet mush. You got to get that.
No, you want the soggy wet mush.
Ugh.
Yes.
Right, okay, chat. I'm gonna put out an application later on today for a new co-caster, so keep your eyes posted.
Sorry that you like your dry ass Weetabix, Aldi. Cheeky
Put
little
something in the
spot.
chat. You didn't put anything. That was the time to put good night.
That was the time to put good night. That really was. Eclipse ready and waiting for him though. Better see a little bit of a throwdown between these two potentially. Oh, there we go. Shield getting destroyed there as Eclipse peeking aggressively from the top of the main stairs.
But Aldi now doesn't have any shields on his face, so he's struggling to get kills after this point. And Dreezy, though, is going to take down the Controller King himself and Royal Penguin. As Fox's Nautilus are now at the disadvantage. Eclipse trying to get something back in the favor, going for the peak and the challenge, but it's going to be Autumn May to get one before being immediately traded up by Pasha. And Dreezy gets the next, as now it's Eclipse in a 1 versus 4, is able to get the first kill immediately onto Aldi. Now it's just a 1 versus 3, but he's trapped outside on the balcony. He needs to try and get these kills. The pistol going to come on out from Pasha, but it's not going to work out for him. Eclipse still has stims left, but Andreezy, he's just gone. He's done a runner with the hostage. He may be able to get one kill, but for once, someone playing the objective, it's the Russians, and they didn't kill the hostage.
No, indeed, they managed to save the hostage. Shooting the hostage once they've saved them, though, so still true to form, still true to form. We respect it, we respect it.
I mean... yeah, Schreichel, our observer, who has done our observer for this stream, has done great work. Medics on the main stream as well, doing so much. But yeah, you're right. You can rescue the hostage without killing them. Apparently, Eclipse didn't even know that. Mr. Pro League man.
Do you what? During Dark Zero released that little pink hoodie situation.
Yes.
I wish they'd bring that back. Like I've been thinking every time I see Dark Zero, all I can think of is that hoodie, and I'm like, it was a nice hoodie, and I know it was limited edition for obviously the charity, but I really hope they try and sell a few more again for the charity. So if anyone from Dark Zero is watching this, please, please, I just want the hoodie. It's so cute, and we have just had confirmation from Schreichel that it is indeed a very comfy hoodie. So that's making me want it even more.
Yeah. I just have a lot of hoodies already, and it's like, I don't know. Do I really need more hoodies, Grace?
Yes.
How many hoodies is too many hoodies?
I'd say probably if we're going over 8.
Oh, okay. I got plenty. I got plenty more room to go.
5 seconds left.
Because then you got like one a day. And that's like you can do a bit of mixy matchy. As long as they're not all like the same color, I suppose. It's nice to experiment a little bit with color. Fashionista over here, clearly.
I mean, there are some things in life, you know, and getting your wardrobe sorted is a very important part of things, but I quite like the Siege wardrobes, you know. I spend way too much time talking about like what operators are actually wearing and the cosmetics they're using, and I don't think Spoit does that because he's actually good at the game. So we got a kill there to start us off with a frag onto Pasha. Might be going for a spawn peek actually.
It's like Aldi's waiting patiently for something, to be honest. I'm not sure what that is just yet, but yeah, it's kind of slowly sneaking around electrical. I think he's aware of the players up in that top of Skylight, but I respect the patience. I usually in those moments I'd probably like do something stupid like push too soon. I'll be ever so patient when doing things like ooh, Andreezy taking a lot of damage and it's actually going to be downed up in Janitor. Finished off finally by Spoit again on an absolute tear this weekend. We do love to see it.
I mean, he's got 2 kills in this round. If he gets 2 more, then Fox's no-no list wins the round. If he doesn't, Pasha No Biceps win the round and actually win this map, as it is only, it's advanced ranked. It's old school advanced ranked. That's how I'm describing this.
Oh, 100%. This wall's going to get open, C4's going to come through. Does it land on anyone? Kind of? I mean, I think mostly that was to do with the gunpowder there, but
yeah, I think Aldi got the kill onto Alton May, as Spoit is going to get his 3rd in the round, only 1 away from securing the victory for his team in this occasion, this round. As now it's just faster and always in 2 versus 4 inside the site. The yellow ping come through isn't enough to help Faster get the kill, as always is actually going to get the frag onto Eclipse. Spoit opening up the soft wall between Archives and Tellers, as there's lots of angles being opened up onto the defenders. Spoit just above Faster's head, as both defenders are kind of stacked up on each other at the moment, trying to maybe get a little bit of room, but there's no attackers inside of the lobby just yet. Stuns coming through from Spoit as Faster is trying to prone behind the desk. Royal Penguin's actually found his way down into lobby. It's going to be always up against the Penguin, but it's going to be Spoit with a quad kill, and the ace!
There we go, finally!
Did it. Let's go!
Let's go, Spoit. Finally getting that ace, what we like to see. Yeah, as you say, getting at least 4 kills, we know FoxA's Naughty List is going to win the round. And rightfully so. That, yes, I'm so stoked he got the ace there. Finally.
Just look at that scoreboard, man. Fucking 15 kills for Spoit. Next highest is Pasha with 6.
Significant back pain. Significant. But, you know, it's like I said before, though, like, yeah, I think some of these players must be absolutely exhausted. Autumn May, as I said, must be absolutely cream-caked at this point. Like, honestly, like a 4 or 5 hour sleep between those 2 tournaments. Fair play to her. You got to take your hat off.
What if I'm not wearing a hat?
Take your hair off. Pop it off like...
Wear that shit like a toupee. Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna go once again back into the basement. Basemente, as the French like to say. I don't think that's actually what's the French for basement?
L'underground.
Le basemente. Le basement. Le basement?
Hang on, like, just give me, like...
Are you having a cheeky Google to find out?
I'm a slow typer, okay?
That is significantly slow though. Get good, Scruff.
Oh my days.
5 seconds left.
Basement.
before
Oh,
insertion.
sous-sol.
Hostage
You gotta say it more
location
outrageously
Sous-sol.
French, Dino. I'm sorry.
Sous-sol.
Be a bit more
That's-
outrageous.
That's what the Google Translate woman sounded like. Sous-sol.
Sous-sol.
For all the French people who may be in chat, please do not kill me. Please.
Sous-sol. J'habite à la piscine.
I'm kind of hoping COVID doesn't go away super quick now, because if I go to land and there are French people there, they will probably attack me.
I mean, you're from the UK, so
I mean, you're not wrong. Oh. No, no cancel
Hashtag
Dino.
cancel Dino in
Oh,
chat.
no.
Yes, let's go.
Shrike just trying to be ruining my vibe. He wanted me to go bold yesterday.
You would look so cursed bold. Like,
More or
dude,
less than
You
eyebrow
would look
stairs.
so cursed. Please never do that.
Who would be what's more cursed, bold Dino or eyebrowless Des?
Bold and eyebrowless, both of you. It's like Uncle Fester ass shit.
What? Alright, well, now that we are in overtime, the overtime sides are chosen randomly, so I think the passion from Pasha and their intent to kill the hostage may work out for them this time around, as they're going to be defending first, and this bomb site, or this objective even, it's not a bomb site, it's a hostage, was successful for both of the teams. C4 is going to come on out and only destroy Team Gadgets, as that's going to be the Malusi going down as Eclipse. Oh no. I don't know if you watched Pro League back in the day, but Eclipse on Blackbeard was the stuff of nightmares. It was literally like Eclipse on Blackbeard versus Pengu on Blackbeard. That was like the battle everyone wanted to see.
The Battle of the Titans.
And they were both like great Blackbeard smoke players. I mean, they still are, but like, yeah, that was just frightening if you saw one of them on Blackbeard.
Oh!
With the
Aldi getting
frame.
caught a little bit off guard there, not aware of Spoit sneaking up on them. And Spoit taking yet another kill, softening them up like they're candy.
Do truffle pigs have an affinity for candy as well?
I think they eat kind of anything, maybe, I guess, that's kind of sweet. I don't know, do they only specifically look for truffles?
I don't know, but always is only specifically looking for headshots. He gets one onto Autumn May, has to deal with the body shots onto Spoit, but the controller king of Royal Penguin is going to go down straight afterwards. And with time running out, looks like FoxA's Nautilus, they didn't get the 4K or the A's from Spoit, and there's no time left available for them. Eclipse is going to shut down always, but there's no time left to get the hostage, and Pasha, no hostage, are unfortunately going to have to be stuck on daycare duty a little bit longer.
Yes, indeed. Getting very, very close to the mark now. Do love to see it again. Only game, match number 1. No, map number 1. I can't get my words out today. Jeez.
Yes, Grace.
Map number 1 of this best of 3. So, obviously, the winner of this semi-final is going to go to the grand final of the first ever Memevitational. So, that's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, and I just love how it leads straight into like all the Ubisoft
no.
stuff. That's gonna be, oh my god.
Oh no,
The Russians want to get out of the bank as quickly as possible. Oh my god.
Ying Lion Dokubi Habana Monty. I'm getting really like trauma PTSD flashbacks now from
Find the hostage's
I mean, if they
location.
switched out the Monty for a Blitz, then it would be sort of like the peak toxic lineup, you know? Maybe, I guess you might need to switch out the Hibana for like a Blackbeard or a Finker as well to sort of hit that perfect streak, but You need the Hibana. There is still a thinly veiled layer of strategy resting somewhere in this game.
Yeah, I respect it. I respect it. Like, oh, we should actually probably not be as dirty and take a little bit of hard breach, be a little bit serious here. But yeah, the Ying, the Lion, the Lion and the Dokkaebi combined, I genuinely have horrific flashbacks from. I think it was with you. We did a Go 4 once many moons ago, and we just got absolutely steamed upon by people bringing. I think it was a Blitz, a Lion, a Dokkaebi, a Ying, and I want to say a Thinker.
I've just completely
I still have
memory.
trauma about that was like the most terrifying experience of my entire life, and they're low-key bringing a similar thing here, and you're always immediately stampeding up towards the server, taking some little pop shots at Spoit. Lonnie, no! Lonnie getting the team kill. It's going to be taken down by Andreezy on the Lion Bear Empire, slowly steaming their way towards the site. Royal Penguin Eclipse and Automate, can they clutch this out? It's a 3v5 situation, Dino.
Lonnie, just too much passion, too much lust for the frags there, getting himself caught out. And I mean, Spoit's already on 16 kills, or already is. We are 8 rounds in, but miles above everyone else on both teams, and this is definitely going to be a little bit of a hill to climb if you are on FoxA's no-no list. Autumn May tucked up close with the shotgun and the Goyo shield. I don't see that ending well. I see one of those pellets activating the Goyo shield, and then she can't get out, and then she just dies. That's what I see happening, but always he's managed to find himself deep inside of lockers, and is going to be trying to push on up, but there is a little bit of a pinch coming through. There's so much time left. Those kills happen so early on, and it's going to be Andreezy to get the frag onto Royal Penguin, as it's now 2 versus 5. The prone Lion through the defender's own freeholds is now leaving Autumn May in a 1 versus 5. The Doc shotgun playing around this gold vault area. But it doesn't look like they actually know where she is. They seem to be under the impression that she's on the left, but no, Audi spots her out. And now she's trapped. The Yings come through, the Lions come through, the sprays. The shotgun actually hits, but Pasha, wanting to go for the knife, is going to get map number 1. Pasha No Hostage actually finally able to win a game of hostage.
Dirty. That's all I can say about that. Dirty, dirty, dirty.
I mean, it's like when you play ranked and you 3-0 like the other team when you're on the defense, and you just really hate how they play. So you then just bring out this kind of toxic lineup to get it done in a 4-0, and then you just go on. You know?
Yeah.
That's basically what we just saw.
Yeah, 100%. I really dislike the combination of Lion and Dokkaebi and Ying being thrown at you like that. I think that's really mean. That's very, very mean. Yeah, stuff like that makes me very uncomfortable. Because you just can't deal with it. There's too much going on. It just makes my brain kind of flatline. But yeah, really well played there by Pasha No Biceps. Again, I think I low-key, high-key, maybe for the final, want to see a little rematch between Pasha No Biceps and EU Sad Little Man. So I feel quite happy about this first result for this first map so far. Obviously, there's potentially 2 more maps to go. We will see how this second map goes. I believe we're going to Canal for the secure area. I had to cheeky look at my notes.
Canal. Are we just coming up with the stupidest way of pronouncing maps now?
Canal.
We had Bonk and Canal.
How do you say Canal otherwise? What?
Canal.
Canal. That's what I said.
You said Canal.
Canal.
It's not Nell. It's Nal.
Canal.
Canal. No grumpy
Let's go
hot
for a
dog
walk by the
69X.
canal. I swear to God.
His name in chat is Grumpy Hot Dog 69X, and he's gone for Canal. But we're not calling it Canal. It's Canal.
I mean, you were calling it Canal yesterday.
Yesterday is another story. Yesterday's a different time, Grace.
I see how it is.
I'm a changed person. Reformed.
Reformed, is it?
Yeah, yep, that's what we're going to call it.
The reformation of Dino.
Exactly.
Sounds like some Crusader Kings kind of stuff going on right there. But yeah, no, match number 1, obviously going to Pasha No Biceps. Can FoxA's Naughty List pull it back for map number 2? That is yet to be determined. As we said, we are going to Canal, and it should be an interesting one. It should be a secure area on Canal of all places.
Yeah, I think we saw Hostage on Canal yesterday. Yeah, because we started talking about all the wonderful vistas that the Hostage could see from up inside the server room. You know, with the nice open windows looking out over the harbour. So, I mean, we don't know where these objectives are. I don't think the players necessarily know where these objectives are either, so should hopefully keep things a little bit interesting. But one thing I do notice is with both of these maps, they're kind of recently, or still are actually, in the ranked pool. So it's still kind of competitive. These guys are not going all out for it, although I do believe that over on the other game, there's actually going to be a Bartlett University played on Secure Area, which...
Oh my god, okay.
Oof. I'm looking forward to watching that one back.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty fun. That's quite nice. I like the Bartlett map. Fight me if you want, but like, yeah, I like that map a lot. I think I remember playing it for a fun tournament, and that was quite nice. Again, blast from the past situation. We do love to see it, but yeah, sadly for this semi-final, we are not going to have Bartlett. Perhaps the finals themselves will have a cheeky bit of Bartlett action, though.
Maybe we'll even get to see Bartlett during the content creator show match later on.
True.
How do you feel about that? If we see that would be funny. Macy J trying to play Bartlett on 120 ping. I think that would make my day.
Yeah. I think that's definitely something people should be encouraging right now.
Yeah.
And obviously, we'll have the creator show match and then the 6 reveal for year 6, which again, I'm super excited for. I know we had a quick little chat yesterday about the stuff we kind of want to see in year 6, and I'm kind of thinking about what kind of things they might actually bring to the table still. I do feel like I've been a little bit spoiled lately by Ubisoft, to be honest. I do feel like for me personally, maybe ranked isn't the greatest thing, but in terms of like comp, I think it's in a really nice place right now.
Yeah. Absolutely. Just looking at some of the notes. So over on the mainstream, there are going to be some giveaways going on today. So there's going to be one Tachanka VIP bundle for the top 3 memes on Twitter. So all of you in the chat out there watching the games, I want to see your best shit posts from the weekend. Could be anything that happened yesterday, could be anything that happens today. Anything to do with hashtag Six Memevitational. Put it on Twitter. At us, tag us, let everyone know about it. The best ones will be judged, and there is the potential that you will win a nice little in-game reward. There will also be 6 codes given away over on the mainstream. There'll be 3 codes during the semi-final and 3 codes in the grand final. If it works the same way as the Alpha Pack said, they're just going to show this code on screen, and you need to go to Ubisoft.com/redeem, Ubisoft.com/redeem, and enter it in there before anyone else, and you'll be able to get access to it. So keep your eyes out for that, as that will be going on throughout the day. But I think we should actually be getting into Canal in just a moment.
Canal?
Canal. You were calling him Kickstar. It's literally Kickstar. It's a star.
Canal.
It's star.
Canal. I think I get my E's and my A's mixed up sometimes, I've noticed. I don't know what it is. Maybe my brain's just processing the information a little bit weird. I've noticed this. It happens a lot.
I mean...
Not with your name, though. Like, I don't say... Hang on. Dino. Dino. I don't say Dino, do I? I say Dino.
It's not the same thing.
It is, because it's A's and E's. Is it not?
No. I'm just...
Mad.
I'm just...
Molding and mad. No, I think I'm excited for this Canal match. Canal. Please teach me how to talk.
Canal. Right.
And we are indeed getting stuck right into it. Now, immediately again seeing an Ash ban come through. Love to see it. FoxA's naughty list once again banning that out. And perhaps we'll see... Yeah, there we go. The Twitch ban again. Similar bans through the last map. Some little cheeky targets going through. It's what we like to see.
Yeah, and wouldn't be too surprised if we see the Ella get gone as well, as Spoit was running around with that Ella shotgun and doing quite a bit of work with it yesterday.
Yeah, 100%. Ella ban going through, and again, perhaps we'll see... I swear it was Mira last time, the final ban.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, perhaps we'll see that again. Again, there's this kind of standard samey bans. Yeah, there we go. The Mira. So they're banning the same things every time. So again, they're not really mixing up any any much. They're not really mixing things up too much, but we are going to probably see, hopefully, some very sweaty operator picks and lineups once again. I'm wondering if FoxA's naughty lists are going to kind of try and punish No Biceps for that.
Hang on. I think, yeah, there we are. Eclipse coming in with his own way of saying it there. Not canal.
K-anal.
It's K-anal. Two separate words.
K-anal.
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 Yeah, absolutely.
I respect it. Yeah, we're seeing the Ying action come through once again, but we are also seeing the Aruni come through from. I don't know. I love Aruni as an operator so much. We're seeing the Warden also to counteract that Ying a little bit, so that's quite nice. I love Aruni as an operator. I cannot wait for Aruni to be in proper comp. I'm waiting so hard for that. It's going to be insane.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting for like more Amaru play. I've been upset by the lack of Amaru play that we've seen sort of on this stream. You know, there's not been people just yeeting through random windows, and I think Canal is actually the perfect map. There's lots of just random ass windows that you can go through and just show up in the site like, what's up bitches, what's poppin'? And we've just not seen any of that. I mean,
10 seconds left.
I know lots of ranked players who do that, because every time I get on ranked, I always get Canal, and people always just show up in the site before I've even, like, properly loaded in.
Yeah, well, there's the opposite to that, where I feel like every time I load into K-anal, I always just get immediately spawn peeked by someone. But no matter where I spawn, it feels sometimes. I'm just like, okay, fair enough. Like, you're just magically finding me every time. I love that for me.
Magnetic bullets, that's all it is.
100%. They're coming from my shiny chrome head.
Yeah, ever since the accident and the doctor said to put that in, it's just...
I swear to God. Again, really love that Spoit's kind of lurking around on this Warden. A very strong counter to Pasha on the Ying. Especially considering how Spoit's been playing at the moment. There we go, TGC4 for yeeting towards Pasha's head. Doesn't quite land though, but we're definitely going to see a little showdown throwdown between the two of them on this map, defo.
The showdown throwdown at the hoedown. Yeah, I think Warden as well, he's one of these operators that, I mean, he's got C4, he's got the 1.5 on the NPX. A lot of players can do a lot of good with it. Lonnie's actually going to open up the frag in as he gets the C4 kill, and then Spoit, not to be left too far behind, is going to get the next kill. He lands the headshot onto Pasha, I believe it was. So yeah, Warden taking down the Ying. Oh! Autumn May is so good with that shotgun.
She really is. Autumn May and Jaeger shotgun, name a better combination this weekend, honestly. Spoit taking another one down, taking down faster, but it's immediately traded back by Always, but it is Always left down to Always in a 1v4 situation right now. Can they clutch it out? They down one of them. They down Lonnie on the Valkyrie, getting a little bit hungry for the finishing that off yet, but can they go for this verticality? That is the main question. I like the fact that there's a bit of patience here, just going for those vert angles, not directly pushing just yet.
I mean, Lonnie with the energy. He smelt a kill somewhere out there and was going.
Yeah.
He wasn't holding back. There was no sort of, should I play the round out for my team, or do I get killed? Yes. And,
Yes.
he just went for it. And that's what you gotta love about Lonnie.
Yeah, 100%. The pure, unbridled energy from that man is iconic.
I mean, just watching the streams is something special. Always gonna prone through the Syrian gate and lose about 30 points of health as then Eclipse takes a peek down the hallway. Just always proning. Hey, look, they're not. It's an aim adjustment. You know, they're gonna be expecting you at head height. So in the second that it takes them to move their aim down, that's when you get the kill.
I mean, it did happen. Always snaking across the floor, like, hello. I've had one too many gins.
What? Are you drinking gin on stream, Grace?
No, as in Always had drunk too much gin, and that's why they were kind of on the floor.
He's literally Russian. Around. Why would he be drinking gin and not vodka?
Maybe he feels being a little bit more different today.
Bitches be acting different on the Invitational.
I'd like to consider that not all Russians drink vodka. It's kind of like not all British people drink tea, you know?
Well, there's British people who drink tea, and then there's the frauds who don't. So, I mean, I guess you're kind of right, but...
I mean... Not gonna tell you now whether I drink tea or not. Let that hang over you.
See,
Okay.
Schreikel says that you're the fraud, Dino. I'm half Irish, so get wrecked.
Yeah, he just puts the straw in a potato and is done with it.
10 seconds to go.
Well, I mean, going back to the game for just a brief moment, Fox's Naughty List were able to actually win a round without Spoit getting a 4K or an 8. So I think that's like worth a round of applause in of itself. Don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
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 Neither of us are going to do
Good.
it, but like, it's worth it somewhere. If one of you at home want to do it, you know, good for you.
I respect the patience here as they're really kind of lining up and waiting for these spawn peaks and cheeky like doorway entry point kills. Oh.
He's on the pulse. And it's actually going to be Royal Penguin to get the first kill onto Pasha. I cannot sort of get over, like, how good Royal Penguin is. He's playing on a controller, and I've, I used to be a controller player. I was never very good. I know how difficult it is to aim, and he just goes up against literal pro mouse and keyboard players, and just slaps. Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, 100%. I just want to point out, I love the fact that Fasta's using the pulse here. Obviously, throwing a C4 there doesn't quite land, but there's still a lot of intel to be given. I think that's the cool thing about pulse. I think people always think it's only really there for the, you know, potential for the C4 kills, but it's also, even if you're not in a position where you can go for a C4, it's good for intel. And I kind of want to play pulse now for a few hours, to be honest.
I just realised that the passions. The passions? I kind of want to call them the passions, but Pasha No Biceps, they brought 4 C4s. 4 C4s. They were desperately committing to this vertical play strategy, pulse in the boundary, trying to throw these C4s up, and they have gotten exactly nothing for it. I think Autumn May getting down is the closest that they've gotten to anything from 4 C4 tosses. So, you know, not exactly the best bit of play coming through, and really, he's holding this off angle. Eclipse was pushing up, the swing coming through, the 100 ping helping, because that's going to be the Thatcher collecting that frag, as Autumn May is then going to fall off and get the kill onto Always, and we're back into a 2 versus 5. Make that a 1 versus 5, as Spoit is not going to be left too far out of the rounds. Fast is able to trade 1 back, but Autumn May, who is having herself a day of it, is going to get yet another kill in the round, and that's going to be Fox's Naughty List 2 in a row.
Yeah, 100%. And again, I'm going to sound like a broken record at this point, but I am so in awe of the fact that Autumn May is functioning right now.
Lord knows we're not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I've like completely lost my mind at this point, but yeah. I think this is kind of going how I low-key expected it to go. I did think FoxA's Naughty List would show up a little bit more on this map over Pasha No Biceps, so... They are bringing the Dokkaebi and the Yin combo now, though, so perhaps they're going to try and turn it on its head. Oh no, they're sixing back onto the Habana, so they're not quite going for it just yet, but I don't know, they seem to be coming up against a little bit of a block here.
Yeah. I mean, one thing we didn't get to see, the parents, one thing we didn't get to cast was we didn't actually get onto Stadium. So hopefully, I mean, maybe Fox's Naughty List will keep this one kind of swift, get us a nice cheeky 4-0, and then we'll be looking at Stadium. And Lonnie showed everyone on the main stream something pretty interesting, where Macy J is actually, so you know, the big screen that goes around the outside of the stadium itself. So you know, there's a stadium in the middle on the grass, and there's like a running track, and then there's like the big sort of billboard screen going along the sides.
Yes?
Macy J is on that, and Lonnie was doing some questionable things to Macy J's picture, and I kind of hope we see that again, let's be real.
Attackers need to locate the biohazard container and secure it.
Yeah, that could be quite nice. That could be quite nice. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Never say never, though. You know, Pasha No Biceps could pull this back and 2-0 them. But we will see. We will see. I think so far FoxA's Nautilus definitely having a better job at commanding how they want this map to go.
Yeah, and they're not having to rely quite so heavily on Spoit. I mean, he does still have 3 kills, tied at the top of the team, but Eclipse woken up a little bit, or to May as well. But you know, as soon as I start saying that Spoit isn't necessarily the key driving factor of the team, he just goes, yeah, you know what, I'm just going to keep Pasha on 0 frags, as he goes for a very belated peek out of a window and is able to collect that one.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like there's this insane aggression on the defense, but when it comes to attack, they're a bit more tentative, I guess, because of how aggressive everyone is being on the defense, especially when it comes to these spawn peaks and this aggressive pushes towards where the entry points to the building are. I just feel like, yeah, it's a fun one. It's definitely a fun one. Love the aggression. Here for it.
So now they are kind of getting themselves set up. Always has actually managed to find the objective. Actually doing a bit of drone work as well. That's how serious these players are taking it, you know? Not comp maps, but we're seeing comp lineups. We're seeing actual droning coming through. I was about to say comp loadouts, but then I remember that Autumn May's been basically hard running shotguns all weekend. And, I mean, it's been working. You're playing an angle like this with Doc shotgun. You get the first kill. You get downed, you stim yourself back up, you get the next point. He sees the shadow on the floor, he goes for the challenge, lights up Andreezy just a little bit, but Andreezy is able to get away. Although he is trying to stick on for the repeat. He doesn't have a Claymore to be able to close off the door behind, they don't have a Nomad or anything, so they do need to sort of challenge Spoit here and win, and oh my god, what a flick!
What a flick indeed, but Eclipse is going to trade that back, taking down Aldi. And again, they really need to start making their approach towards site and into the building a little bit more because, you know, 30 odd seconds on the clock. A double kill is going to come through from Andreezy there, a 2v3 situation. It is secure area though, very, very tricky to, you know, hold that site because as soon as you even, you know, an eyelash floats into that site, the defenders are going to know exactly where you are. Lonnie is going to know exactly where Andreezy is and take him down. So now it's all left down to Always on the Thatcher.
Well, with only 15 seconds to go, tries to go for the jump on in, but Royal Penguin with the vertical angle and the 360 spins is going to close that one out. It does take me back, because, you know, you can't do anything else when you're on controller. You know, you don't have like the dexterity, the speed for the controller to be able to move in a different way. So to celebrate, you just do 360s. And that, yeah, it takes me back to the good old days. Back in
The good old days.
when did I play on controller? It was like year 2, season 1 to season 3, I think. So finished on Blood Orchid, then I got my PC. And I just kind of never got better at the game.
I have never, ever, ever played Siege on controller. I can only imagine it's the most cursed thing in the entire world.
I actually think it's alright. Obviously, it's a very different game, but as soon as you sort of hit Plat 2, everyone's just running around with mouse and keyboard on console, so it's like, takes away from it a bit. But still, you know, it's a different experience, but it's enjoyable just the same.
I just, I don't know. I feel like I can't. I've never really had a controller kind of console sit anyway. I kind of grew up with only PC gaming. I had a computer at the age of 5 onwards. So I just, when it comes to console, even if I'm like chilling with someone and I can try and play on their console, it just like the controllers just don't work in my hands. I don't know how to describe it. It feels really like.
So there's a thing called dexterity, and I'm pretty sure you don't have any of it. Put all your stats into shitposting and stealth. And,
Is that what my stats are? Do you know? Shitposting and stealth.
And you didn't put any into dexterity, so you'll like be trying to sneak around, and then there'll be like a branch on the floor, and you'll just trip over it and break 3 spines.
That's so accurate. That's so accurate. Yeah. Would you like to be a bit of a sneaky prawn, but unfortunately my clumsiness can get the better of me. Oh, Pasha!
He doesn't even go for the revive.
No,
He doesn't go for the revive. He tries to kill Spoit. That's how committed they are to killing Spoit. Spoit actually gets a C4 out of the air, and you had plenty of time to revive him, and you could have both gotten away, but instead you went, no, Andreezy, you must be sacrificed for the cause of taking down Spoit. And it still didn't work.
Even done.
Which you haven't even done. And in
And
fact,
Spoit's taking down Pasha now. Oh my days. Spoit is finally downed, however. That was hilarious. I'm sorry. Yeah, Spoit in this pog mat of all things. We do love to see it.
I just woke up one day and everyone was calling them pogmats, and I don't know why. Do you know why? Or are you just like hopping on the hype train?
I think because they make you do like the pog face. You would assume.
Maybe indeed.
It is always funny when someone goes in a frost mat. You know, you're trying to clutch out a round, and the person you're against just jumps into a frost mat. That's always a funny moment.
Oh, they're actually in the objective. Lonnie is got a double kill. They're in the objective. Always, you need to go a bit faster because the walls are all reinforced. You can't get an angle, and that's going to be FoxA's naughty list with the Swift 4-0. That was just what you would describe as free.
Yeah, and again, it's I did have a slight. I said before, I had this inkling. I couldn't quite describe it, but I had this inkling that you know, Pasha No Biceps would win Bank, and then FoxA's naughty list would win Canal. Definitely, I think these maps kind of worked better to Canal and Serial. I felt like that would happen, and it did happen, but I wasn't expecting a 4-0. Like, blimey, okay, fair enough. So we are actually, for the first time on Stream B, at least the Stream B that we've been doing, we're going to map number 3 of Stadium.
True. Okay, so 2 things have happened in the chat. Spoit now has a new title for a video, courtesy of Alu XV, how a 10,000 MMR champion dies to a pogmat. And Leon BTS is educating us by informing us that Citizen named them pogmats in the EU finals versus BDS. So shout out Leon _BTS for that nice little piece of Siege information that I just completely missed.
Leon.
Probably because I was sleeping. I like my sleep.
Most likely you were asleep.
Yeah. Autumn May had 9 ping that game. I'm pretty sure that's cheating.
No,
like,
it's not.
everyone else was on at least... I think one other player on her team was on 50, everyone else was on plus 100, and she's on 9.
I mean, that's good. That's good internet. That's good infrastructure, to be honest.
She's got the server in the room next door.
Yeah,
like,
100%. She's actually at Ubisoft right now.
pulled up with a laptop to one of the...
Directly into that physical network. That's what we like. That's what we like to see. No, I again, I just want to say big ups to Autumn May for showing up the way she is, considering the severe lack of sleep, playing not only the Memevitational, but Queen's League as well this weekend. So I'm giving that a round of applause.
That was just normal applause. A round of applause should be more like this. There we are. That's a round of applause. I don't really have the space. My mic is very close, and I can't go back because I've got this. I've got a Red Bull mini fridge behind me, Grace.
Oh, when did this arrive? Oh,
wow, Red Bull sponsoring us. What? I didn't even realize.
We love to see it. We really do.
Yeah, and KFC Gaming and Fanfit Gaming as well taking part in the sponsorships, because this is actually, at the end of the day, all a charity event. We've got donations. If you type !donate in the chat, you can, get a link to donate money, and this is all going to sort of direct relief for COVID-19, helping people around the world who are affected by the current pandemic, so hopefully we can get ourselves a proper invitational just that little bit sooner. I do believe at the moment we've already hit over $8,000. I think we're like $8,500, almost $9,000, which is insane. So shout out to everyone who has donated, and almost 8,700 we're hearing from production. So
wow,
that is just absolutely insane. Thank
you everyone who's donated so far. And again, if you do have a little bit of spare cash floating around, I know it is difficult times, but all this money is, again, like Dino said, a really, really good cause, and you're going to really help out some people who are struggling right now.
Absolutely. absolutely. And plus, then you get to see actual Siege. It's, we might be able to get to see the actual Invitational. So it's it's only postponed. It's only postponed.
Indeed. Soon we will be back in Montreal, flopping into the snow, eating. I can't actually pronounce it. Like poutine.
I always thought it was poutine.
Poutine.
But,
it's basically, when you go to a chippy and you get like chips and gravy, and then sometimes they put a bit of cheese on.
Cheese curds on it, yeah.
But basically, I don't want the Canadians to come for me right now, likening it to chips and gravy from the local chippy. But it's comfort food. It's good. It's good, It's food that's good for the soul.
Yeah, well, you're an American, Mr. Producer Man.
Yeah, we just had our producer saying that he's never heard it be called a chippy before, but he's currently dealing with 2 Brits, so welcome to our turf.
Yeah.
The chippy turf.
So, throughout this tournament, due to the extreme pings and locations of players, we've generally gone for your map pick, a server kind of closer to you, the other team's map pick, a server closer to them, or if there's a nice, easy in-between server, we've tried to stick on that. Because we don't exactly have that nice even balance, because the FoxA's Naughty List has got EU and NA players, and the Russian team is all Russians, but I don't actually know where they are in Russia. I assume they're probably spread out, as that is a big-ass country. We are going to be going to Japan East for our final server, which is 300 ping for the Russians, 250 for the EU players, and 150 for NA. We're gonna see people swing, and then 5 seconds later, someone's gonna die. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm curious as to how this is gonna be on everyone's end at this point. And again, hopefully no one will disconnect. There's always that risk. There's always that risk when it comes to high ping, especially when it gets towards that 300 mark. I'm pretty sure the game actually boots you if you get past 300.
I think maybe in ranked, but not in customs. I think in customs you should be fine. If we do encounter issues like that, we may have to do a rehost and reset things and find some other server. Australia, South Africa North, Latin America. Who knows where we're going to end up. But for now, we're going to be on Japan East. We're just waiting for the players to be ready, and actually the perfect timing, as we should be getting on into the game right now.
And there we go, yet another map with lots of soft destructibility. I know everyone was laughing at me yesterday saying, I bet these maps smell like sawdust, but we all know they probably do.
You are just weird.
Stadium, map number 3 between Pasha No Biceps and FoxA's Naughty List. Let's get going. Look at all these pings, Jesus.
I mean, let's get another proper look at these pings for a second, as we're still gonna see the Ash ban. I assume we're gonna get a Twitch and an Ella ban as well. So yeah, 200 to 300 for the Russians, and then 110 to about 250 for the wild card team of FoxA's Naughty List. This is gonna be something interesting.
Yeah, 100%. We're already having the servers ask if there's any better servers, but I think, we're just trying to find this kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a big shame. We'll see what happens.
Eclipse desperately trying to play back on the EUS so he can have low ping again. Yeah, Royal Penguin, insanely high ping on a controller.
This is going to be interesting for him for sure. I don't know. I'm still thinking maybe West EU would have been the right call, but again, then there would be a bit of an imbalance because the guys in the actual EU itself would just I think have a better time with it.
Spoit would have a ping of about 40 to 50, and I think the Russians are maybe on about 60 to 70, but then the Americans are on 120 at least. So there's no real easy way around it. Swing or be swung indeed, Tricle. That is going to be what's going to happen. This is just going to be an absolute shit show for sure.
A shit show on Stadium, of all places as well. I love the Stadium maps though, honestly, I really do. And I think this one, having that nice little mush up of a border and coastline, It was so confusing when I first loaded in. I was like, "What is going on?" And then finally you get kind of used to it, and you're like, "Okay, I know where everything is. I know where everything's supposed to be now." Curious to see how they're going to Ping Invitational.
Sorrow and Rain, shout out to you for that one. The Ping Invitational, I love that. But yeah, I really liked the one they did last year, which was the mix of Oregon and Hereford. That was, in my opinion, very well done. And sort of this one's just built on that. It went from sort of those two classic, more sort of strategy-based maps that have been around for ages, to these two very set in stone on what you do, and it's just frag. And I think for this kind of game mode and sort of the fun aspect that you sort of look for when you do play Stadium, it's been absolutely exceptional this year.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, obviously I'm a little bit of a lore monkey, but I'm curious to see if we're going to get any kind of little video clips during the kind of announcements later.
10 seconds left.
When Ubisoft themselves kind of take over a little bit and show everyone what they got planned for year 6. I wonder if they're going to do a little extra bits of segment relating to the stadium again, because I really like that. And I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. I know people, they're kind of like, okay, why bother with stuff like that? But I really love things like that in games. It's very cutie.
I do think like a very underrated part of Siege. Obviously, it doesn't aid the competitive aspect, but it does sort of help build a world around it. Is sort of these extra bits that go on, and all the little videos, all the voice acting and everything is brilliant for them. And I do hope we continue to see more of it in the future, and it just keeps getting better and better. That's for sure.
Yeah, defo. And I don't know, the one last year was just really cool with like Pulse and Habana, and like the kind of nod to their relationship. It was very cutie.
There was a charm that came out with that, which had
Pulse's heart.
Yeah, it was Pulse's heart, but it was named in Japanese or something.
Yeah, it was Habana's name on it. Yeah, very cute. It's so cute. I don't know. I'm a bit of a wetty for things like that, but
yes, you are indeed. But as we're actually looking at Autumn May getting revenge getting revenge on behalf of Spoit, as this is now just an absolute slaughter. It's Royal Penguin in a 1 versus 4, as Eclipse is actually going to be able to get a kill from the grave as Pasha blindly running on into a Capcan trap. The flick is going to take the head off of Andreezy. 1 versus 3. This is the bomb game mode, so it's not quite as simple as just getting to one room, one objective. You do have to get the bomb down and defend it for a period of time afterwards, but that's not even going to be the case. As always, just swinging around with that SMG-11 is going to be able to get the kill.
100%. I still can't get over the fact that Royal Penguin's on console.
Yeah. And as our observer is pointing out in the chat, Striker reminding everyone that because this is a set playlist and we can't edit this around, it is 3-round side swap. So we are going to see FoxA's Nautilus on defense for 3 rounds in a row. Then, we'll be moving on to Pasha No Biceps for their remaining rounds until either a team wins the game or we find ourselves in overtime, where it then goes to 1-round side swap with, I believe, again, random starting sides in overtime.
Yeah, 100%. And, Pasha No Biceps coming into this looking very strong. Obviously, the team kill's not really helping for the side of FoxA's Nautilus, but this could still go anywhere, to be honest. It could still go anywhere. And it just is, again, whether or not people are familiar with the layouts of the map. So presumably all of these players on both these rosters are anyway, so I don't think there's any kind of moment for anyone to be kind of slightly caught off guard here.
Left before insertion.
I just hopped into the mainstream just very quickly for a second, just to sort of see what was going on, see what the score is. Currently, liking these nuts, 1 map up over the EU sad little man. And Captain Fluke is rocking with the Hawaiian shirt Valkyrie vibes. So
Hawaiian shirt Valkyrie?
Well, it looks like she's wearing a Hawaiian shirt underneath, and she's got like the body armor and like the headdress of Valkyrie and the hair and everything and the face paint, but the Hawaiian shirt is just throwing me off.
I need to see this.
It's just gone into game, so we won't be seeing it again for a bit, but I think there might be a couple of pictures on Twitter going around at some point, so I need to keep your eyes out for some of those. But it's definitely an experience, I'll give it that. Yes, Evo. Fox's naughty list does have a substitute. Shork just didn't set his alarm and is asleep right now, and so Eclipse is going to be playing for them. And yeah, you know, kind of a unknown player in the scene. Definitely not one of the best pro players that NA has produced ever, and just helping with the domination coming through from Fox's naughty list.
Yes, Voigt starting this off with another kill onto Faster. Kind of I really, again, I think a Rooney on the kind of the way that the border side of this map works is just so strong, so powerful. I really do love to see it. Holding those kind of those office rooms for as long as possible. So many people get caught off guard on this map with a Rooney's, honestly. Always taking the kill onto Automabo, evening it up a little bit more. It's now a 3v4 situation, do you know?
Yeah, and sorry, Shimzu has just messaged me. So Shimzu, your significant other has just messaged me to inform me that he opened some alpha packs. He's gotten 4 blue, 4 golds, 7 purple, and 3 black eyes. And I open alpha packs like every day, and I haven't done shit in months. So feel free to smack him upside the head later on my part, please. But there's actually a game of Siege going on, and now Always has found himself in a 1 versus 3, gets a nice kill onto Spoit, but still got 3 players to deal with: Lonnie, Royal Penguin, and Eclipse. DZ Duo and the Console King holding down the site itself. Up against Always from Empire, but with 20 seconds to go, he has the diffuser in hand. He just doesn't really have a way into the objective other than through the single door by what is sort of the office fountain area, and well, with no time left, he has to go for the swing. Eclipse holding down the long hallway. Lonnie with the shotgun up close is ready for this challenge, but it doesn't look like it's going to come through. He's waiting until the very last second. The shotgun's out, and Lonnie able to secure that final kill.
The patience paying off in the end there. We do love to see it. We really, really do. And again, once again, 360s to celebrate that. Not from the console player, though, from the PC player. So I respect that. I respect the little jiggle around.
Yeah. You know, it infects in like a good way. You spread your influence to other people, and then everyone starts doing 360s. But
it's looking like a pretty even matchup so far. I mean, you know, this is the main map to win at this point. Whoever wins this is gonna win this semi-final and go through to the final. Obviously, that currently being played as well, the other semi-final. So we will see very shortly how that's gonna go.
From being diffused by attackers.
As soon as we get confirmation on that other matchup is I believe, yeah, Like and Decents have 1 map so far. And they're on the 2nd map at the moment, so...
Showdown on Bartlett University. It's looking like it's pretty interesting. As, yeah, it's just getting started and not underway, but we are, you know, a little bit further on into this game. Because we're actually sitting at 1-1. How do you see this one playing out, this stadium map playing out?
10 seconds to insertion.
I mean, I low-key, again, I think Pasha No Biceps is the... I want them to go to the final, but only if EU Sad Little Man get to the final also. And I do think anything can happen, to be honest, the way both these teams have played so far. I think this is a nice little even map for them both, to be honest, a nice baseline. So I can't make any strong prediction just yet.
Alright, you're starting to turn into Ollie, XR Troika.
Dude, you said this yesterday, and I'm just like,
Pick a side, get off the fence. You know? You can sit on the fence all you like everywhere else, but this is the Memevitational. Strong opinions. Pick a side and defend it. Even if the side that you picked is now, like, 3 rounds down, about to lose the game, you gotta say, nah, they're gonna win. But instead of this, oh, the real winners are the fans.
The real winners are that. No, it's not being on the fence or like kind of, you know, pussyfooting around it. It's just me. I genuinely don't know who's going to take this, because I think this is the nice thing about these matchups, because we've had that nice little mush together of, you know, content creators, streamers, coaches, chapters and players. It's made a nice little situation for every single team. There's no excessively overpowered team thus far, really. Well, I think maybe Sad Little Man has a little bit of gusto, that a little bit of sprinkling of sweat there, but
it was Pasha No Biceps to go undefeated. Eclipse wasn't droned, that goes for the swing and gets the kill onto Faster. The Blackbeard, obviously not Faster that time around. The face shield not coming to his aid either, as that's going to be the opening frag in favor of the defense. But Andreezy is going to do a lot of damage to Fox's Naughty List chances. He's going to get rid of Spoit, who again, he's been having himself a game. He is top of the scoreboard for his team in terms of frags. Gonna have to see if this is gonna affect them negatively. That it was one of the big things. If the Canadians killed Spoit yesterday, they generally tended to do quite a bit better in the round, and that's how those rounds wound up going on for so long, how the game wasn't so short. They would kill Spoit early on and be able to deal with the rest of the players afterwards. But Pasha, he's gonna lose a lot of HP with the peak coming through, I believe, from Eclipse there.
A lot of damage also being done to Always there. Pasha again on the tiniest number of health. Andreezy actually gonna be down and finally finish off by Lonnie there, but Lonnie immediately traded back by Aldi. 3v3 situation, Dino. Oh, make that a 3v2. Always going down to Eclipse as well. Again, Pasha on the tiniest bit of health. Can he get more picks onto the side of FoxA's naughtiness? No, he can't. He's gonna get taken down by Eclipse with a triple kill. Then the quad kill. Defenders running round number 4.
Yeah, and I mean, Shork is a nutty player. I will give him that. But Eclipse is undoubtedly just a step up and beyond. So, I mean, glad to see that he's finally woken up, had some of his Red Bull, done his stretches. Maybe Lonnie, after Lonnie died at some point, ran into Eclipse's room in the DZ house and sort of screamed at him, danced with him, woke him up a little bit, gave him that motivational pep talk that we were saying Lonnie should actually, sell motivational pep talks.
We were, yeah. Like, you pay him like a tenner and he FaceTimes you and gives you a massive hype up for half an hour. I'd pay for that. 100%.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
But
100%.
I feel like it would be the kind of thing that you would pay for any situation. Like, I'm going to go to the shops, Lonnie, please.
Mood. No, I agree with that. I agree.
I need to cook dinner this evening. Here, Lonnie, have a tenner.
There's loads of my money going to Lonnie at all times. I'm sort of constant state of hype at all times. I respect that. I appreciate that. I reckon I love the kind of 80s meme vibes that Lonnie goes for. It's such a powerful look, a powerful aesthetic.
5 seconds left.
I think after Stranger Things came out, I spent about a good while of time trying to recreate a lot of outfits from that. 80s outfits are just significantly powerful.
In the chat, we've actually got Schreikel presenting our business proposition to Lonnie, and I mean, I want to see what his response is, but Spoit's going to have a lot of time to think about it, as he actually got spawn peeked off the bat this round. And again, they were able to win last time around with Spoit down, but I don't know if they'll be able to repeat it again. And Lonnie loves it! Lonnie loves it! Okay, right, after this, we have to get something sorted. We have to be right in Lonnie's DMs, setting up a
official business meeting with Lonnie.
Exactly.
We all have to wear 80s spandex while we do so.
You have to do like a proper business proposition meeting to him as well. Over FaceTime, we're there in like 80s business suits.
Yeah. Patrick Bateman style.
So, Mr. Lightning.
I see. Ooh, cheeky little wallbangs coming through from Autumn May, trying to catch one of these defenders off guard, but doesn't quite land a shot just yet. Oh, Eclipse getting taken out by Aldi, going for that very aggressive rush through the breach wall, but it's immediately traded back. Royal Penguin and Autumn May taking down Pasha and Aldi respectively. 3v3 situation, Dino.
Yeah, as well, the defenders are on a bit more HP for the time being. This is actually their first round of defense, so we could see this switch around and have Pasha No Biceps have a far more dominant half from this point on, as Autumn May's found herself inside of the office. There are some nice angles opened up. looking on into the objective. He's actually going to use that Selma breach to open up yet another one and give himself a nice line on into the objective itself. One thing they've changed about this Archives wall is there's now 3 reinforcements as opposed to 2, so it does make it a little bit more difficult for the defenders to hold, but it does give a lot more sort of playable areas. You can see there, wonderful job, Mr. Observer Man Schreikel. You can see that it's all 3 walls instead of just 2 that need to be reinforced. And, well, Lonnie's actually going to get the kill onto Andreezy as Autumn May's found herself inside of Fountain. Is going to be very quickly entering on into the objective itself. In fact, she's going to be proning her way on into the objective. The C4 trying to come out from Fast is going to get denied, and now, as always, left at a 1 versus 3. Royal Penguin's going to be sticking the plant. As, well, Autumn May there with the cover, able to collect the headshot. And that is going to be Fox's naughty list, taking round number, well, their 3rd round, round number 4.
We're a little bit American then, Dino.
Well, I was trying to emulate the you must have seen the video where it's
Gnarly list. I can't do American accents. I'm
Gnarly.
so sorry, Americans in chat, that I am just butchering your accent. Gnarly.
I can't do the grr like Lonnie can. Fox's naughty list grr. I can't do that. He does that so well. It's try a Texan accent is easier. I think I've butchered the American accent just in general enough already so far, so I won't give that a go, Mr. Producer Man DJ Dextrose.
I think I can do like a kind of Valley Girl accent because it's very
Okay.
like fizzly towards the end.
Can yeah. Our
Yes,
producer
well,
has just said he's gonna
producer to me.
deafen. Instead of deafening, can you just disconnect Grace from the VMix, and I'm sure Schreikel and I will we'll cast this one out. We'll close this one out.
Oh, geez,
Oh,
school bonies. No, moving swiftly on. Pasha's naughty list really have to pull their socks up a little tiny bit to try and prevent FoxA's naughty list from snuffling this final round and getting the win. Ultimately winning out this semi-final, and then it'll be them going towards the final for that grand prize of nobody knows. So
It's grand prize of a trophy that Des apparently has, but has not shown a picture of it, and also won't send it to anyone. So
concerning.
yeah,
so concerning.
I'm sure it's just going to be like Des feet pics at this point, with him wearing the fishnets. Schreikel, you can't hear the Observer, but he just said, so on buses, the little hammers that you get to break the windows, like the little safety hammers, instead of the big sledgehammer that you would get at Invite, it's just one of those. And you have to steal it from the bus yourself.
That was a little bit of an evil laugh.
I mean, it just reminds me of your normal laugh, to be honest.
Wow, rude. So rude.
You literally go on about how you want goblet vibes. This is, like...
Goblet vibes forever. I need a goblet. I need a big, powerful goblet, and I'll sit there and I'll drink fine wines from my goblet. And I don't even like wine. Pasha taking significant damage here. Toxic Babe's gonna go out, and also Pasha is gonna get taken out as Autumn May and Royal Penguin stampede their way into site. Aldi rushing to try and defend this for as long as possible.
Yeah, as now Andreezy, he's going to get taken down by Spoit. It's a 3 versus 5, but always is there to bring it back just a little bit. Faster going for the swing, but Royal Penguin is able to react in time as Eclipse as well gets 1, so it's always left alone 1 versus 4 to try and keep his team in it. He gets the kill onto Eclipse, making this now a 1 versus 3, but this is it. This is match point. This is series point. It's all left up to the Pulse. The plant is going down. Royal Penguin is going to be able to successfully get that down and get on out of there. Holding down the flank now through this bathroom area. As always, he has to try and make a play. The defuse timer is only 4 seconds, so he does have a little bit more to work with than he would in a normal comp game. He's going to start off with a nice kill onto Spoit. He seems to be aware that there could be someone inside of Archives, and he hits the shot! Lonnie going down, he's on for the ace, but he doesn't know where the defuse has been planted. Royal Penguin's still a nutty gunner left up on the other team. Might be getting some comms as to where he's rotated to with that G8 in hand, There's a lot that this IQ can do. He's going to try and bait, but very low time left. He needs to stick it. Now, there's no time for him to go for another bait and switch. Royal Penguin down below trying to fire at the pistol shot, but it's not landing!
God!
It's not landing! Always! No! Royal Penguin right at the end! Fox's Naughty List gonna win it out the G8 swap and spray. It's gonna be enough. Oh my god, always so close to getting that clutch, but that is gonna be your first finalist in the very first R6 Memevitational. It's Fox's Naughty List.
That was way too close for comfort. I'm sorry, but that was... I thought they'd lost that. I thought that was the clutch of the century. The clutch of the weekend, to be honest, in my opinion. But yeah, using that pistol, perhaps not the best idea in that moment. Literally winning just the tiniest amount. That was uncomfortably close. I can't believe we got to win that.
I was so on board with always winning that. I actually thought he successfully defused it in time, but Royal Penguin coming through clutch for his team, actually getting the MVP for the map, would have gotten it basically just off of that play alone, and I mean, yeah, that is your first grand finalist for the very first R6 Memevitational. It's Fox's Naughty List off of the back of some incredible plays. Eclipse coming through in the clutch to help, wasn't able to get any scrims and practice time in with the guys beforehand, but, you know, he's an alright player. He was able to step up and knew what needed to be done.
Yeah, 100%. Fair play to them. FoxA's Naughty List going through to that final, as we said. Looking at the other stream as well, because that's still going underway. That's really not obviously finished yet, and we will have to wait for that to finish before we actually get a chance to see who will be in that grand final, Dino.
Yeah, and I do believe Fox's Naughty List are going to be sitting in that channel and watching the game take place. They can maybe get some little counter-strats going on. So, actually, once this second semi-final is taking place over on CCS Esports, which I'm sure we will throw to once we are finished here, is complete, we're going to have a little bit of an opening ceremony. I have no idea what that entails, but I'm sure it's going to be very fun. Then we're going to have the grand final, a closing ceremony, and then it's going to go straight on into the Ubisoft panel reveal. And I'm so excited. Year 6, sure to be insane, but I mean, we've had a great 2 days over here on CCS Esports too.
We really have. It's been so fun. And again, I was so bummed out that we couldn't go to Montreal this year and, you know, go to Invitational, play in the snow, watch some good Siege, and then, you know, the fact that we were able to put this together is a very cool thing. It really shows the kind of power of the Siege community in a way, because it's like all the community spirit coming together, everyone getting involved in different ways, from artists to production to casters to content creators. Like, it makes me so happy, and that's really what I think every February so far, every year with Siege has been about. It's about the community coming together like that, and we've still managed to do it, despite the fact that the world is, you know, being ganked by COVID at the moment. So big ups to everyone involved, even the viewers right now. Big ups to you, genuinely big ups to you as well, because you are part of the community, and your support as well has made this happen and made this so successful. Yeah.
And, you know, it is the community who has helped donate so much money. I mean, over almost, still almost at $8,700. We've got amazing sponsors in Red Bull, KFC, and FanFit. I believe FanFit have promised to match up to $600, which they haven't been added that in just yet. CCS as well, who have done an exceptional job helping out with all the production, all the social media behind the scenes as well. They've promised to match up to $1,000, which is just insane. And I mean, yeah, shout out to everyone who has helped make this possible. Shout out to all of you who have watched. I mean, you know, the production team over on this channel. We've had DJ Dexterous today doing an exceptional job producing. Schreikel, 10-hour stream yesterday. Well, 9 hours and 58 minutes and 30 seconds. He stayed live for an extra minute 30 just for the screenshot. Just for the screenshot. That is the dedication that we have from our production team here. Medics as well over on the mainstream. And Jacob, I cannot pronounce his in-game name. He did an exceptional job over there as well. We also had Crater. Crater was our producer for yesterday, and Violet Cutie. Shout out to all those guys. And there's so many people we could sit here and name, but I mean, yeah, everyone involved has done an exceptional job in getting this to work. Shout out Daz and Fresh for putting this all together.
Yeah, big ups Fresh and Dash.
Fresh and Dash.
Fresh and Dash.
But yeah, that is going to be all from us here over on CCS Esports 2. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I do believe we're going to cut in a moment and head on over to the CCS Esports main channel. I'll be there watching. I'm sure you'll be there as well, Grace. So feel free to talk to us and chat a little bit as the game's just coming to, well, they're still on Bartlett's at the moment, so we should probably wrap up so we can get to see the end of that one.
Yeah, 100%. Let's get snuffling our ways into Bartlett, everyone. I think, are we doing a raid in the chat, I believe?
I would assume so. Yes, we're going to be raiding the main channel, so we're going to cut it here. Now, thank you. Goodbye. Thank you for joining us all, and we hope to see you at some point in the future for more R6 action. Thank you.
Bye-bye.